Oh, there we go. All right, so in this wonderful game called Marvel Rival, we have a lot of problems in this game. But I think one of the problems in this game is, people being in their wrong rank and people who actually deserve to be out of their rank sometimes being held back by shit teammates. Because I'm not gonna lie, there are some times where you are the problem, but there are also times where other people are the problem. But I already think there's too many systems in place, which they have worked on and made a little bit better with that addition of like dynamic point scaling, where sometimes people will be on your team, play like a fucking bum and get rewarded for getting carried, and now it's harder to rank up if you're getting carried, and you'll rank up significantly slower and be gapped by the person carrying you if you are being carried. So I say that to say, there's been a controversy going on recently where Marvel Rivals added a mechanic into the game where you could get up to, this is not how much you will realistically get, but if you min-max it out, the maximum you could get is 20 chrono shields at a time. Now, it's supposed to come in like 8 packs, and I'm still trying to figure out fully how the fuck that system's gonna work. Mostly because I don't need them damn chrono shields all the time. But yeah, I gotta figure out how the system works more so. But in terms of going off the information that I currently have, they said that the chrono shield thing is free for everyone. Everybody will be able to earn it, use it, and play with it. And I mostly want to read what their direct quote on the situation is, because that shit is scary. Like, at first I thought it was a pay-to-win mechanic, and I held off talking from it because I didn't have any confirmation. But now that we have confirmation that it's not paid to win, it's still a shitty mechanic, because you're just giving somebody 8 free times to say, fuck it, I don't care. And somebody picked Spider-Man and I want to play Spider-Man. I'm gonna throw the match. Fuck you. I want to go 2-10 on Spider-Man. What are you doing getting kills on Spider-Man? I know I can't aim to save my fucking life, but I want to play Spider-Man. I'm gonna throw the match. They're just giving them free reign to do that shit 8 times in a row and condition their little dumbass brain to do that. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this idea. And like, I still think you should just add fucking placement matches that put you in a rank between bronze 3 and gold 1. Plat and all that, you have to work to get to. Bronze 3 and gold 1. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, I rarely post on Instagram, and most of my content is either TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube. If I can't, that'll happen in like 3 fucking weeks. I don't use Instagram that often, but if I remember, I might. I don't know. But hey, Rivals, both Chrono Shield tokens from ranked matches and Chrono Shield cards from events will not be for sale and only usable for gold rank and below. I will say that in gold rank, Chrono Shields being usable, I feel like is weird, because that also invites more. I think it should be like from silver and bronze Chrono Shields are active, like the extra Chrono Shields are active. You could get the infinite Chrono Shields from silver to bronze. Like, not infinite, but you could get the max 20. But I think once you hit gold, they should be like, nah, you get 1 Chrono Shield and that's it. And in platinum, that's when they start to none of that shit. Which they do start at platinum, but I think they should be more restrictive in gold, since there's a ban system there. Because what if somebody keeps throwing, because I don't know, they play a character that's very meta like Hulk, who gets banned every fucking game because that stupid ass Namor squid that I've been abusing recently. Because fuck it, if they're gonna if we're in a match with bans and they use it, I gotta use it, because if I don't use it, I'm fucked anyway. So like, I think because of stuff like that, more people will be more likely to say, I'm a Hulk player. I'm throwing more often now. And it's like, like, this idea just brings my brain this shit brings my brain But anyway, I just wanted to have a short little conversation real quick about what I'll be talking about when I say that just because you put out a good game, that doesn't necessarily mean it'll go crazy. Not every good game is gonna be Grand Theft Auto, or like the example they use, Ballataro. Veteran indie dev says success on Steam, or any platform really, or any field, anything. This is more general. That's what I'm talking about. It's more general life related. But success in anything is impossible to predict. Why did Balotaro take off? You could write 1,000,000 fucking essays and none of them will ever be definitively 100% correct. And none of them will be definitely right. Blind fucking luck. Is it because of the little pixel jaunty Jester man? I first picked up on it when it got banned for gambling. Was that helpful to them? Probably. That's why I knew about it. Until then, I'd ignored it because it wasn't my sort of thing. I don't like card games, but I picked it up after that to see what it's all about. And y'all even seen when I played Balotaro, I was like, oh, I understand why people like this. Not only is it like a good game idea-wise, but also like it has that gambling element to get you coming back. And then not only is it a game with gambling that has good mechanics, the roguelite stuff in it actually makes sense. Because I feel like a lot of games use that roguelike elements stuff to excuse poor level design or just skip designing levels at all. Because like when you have roguelike elements to your levels, you don't have to tactically think about where you're placing enemies. You could just say enemies can be placed here. Fuck it, you figure out what enemies get placed there, game. Like I personally don't like roguelikes for that, because I enjoy the process of learning the map that I'm fighting on, learning the enemy placements, learning how the enemies behave and act when I come at them from this angle. What happens when instead of running right at the enemy, I come through the back door? What happens if I start throwing spears at the enemy off of a balcony? Will the enemy hit the wall, causing the balcony to fall, making me slip down? And when I come back, will the balcony still be broken? Like, I just like the idea of not necessarily predictable, but I like the idea of learning what happens when. When you have roguelike games, that whole element is most of the time eliminated. With Balotaro, it makes sense because since it's a gambling game, since it's a card game, there's already inherently randomness baked into it. So to add a tasteful amount of randomness on top of a game where you already have to accept random shit is gonna happen to you, it makes sense. It makes sense. I like it. I remember Notch mentioning one of my games back in the day and making $5 grand that hour. It was astonishing, he recalls. Now you can have people with 20 million followers on Twitter mentioning your game, doing a YouTube video about your game, providing all the links that they needed, discount if you like, and it won't budge the needle. It'll barely do anything. That also has somewhat to do with market saturation, because to be fair, Balotaro is a game that succeeded in a very quote-unquote saturated market, but not only was it promoted properly, it was a good game. Another thing I want to add on to that is like, yeah, he's very right. Some of it is RNG. You got to be in the right place at the right time, and you got to be ready for that opportunity, because you could be lucky and I don't know, let's say Jay-Z walks up to you, or actually, no, these niggas don't relate to that. Let's say Playboy Cardi walks up to you. Let's say you're a rapper, because statistically speaking, if you're watching this, you're probably a black male under the age of 25 and above the age of 15. So statistically speaking, you probably make music too. I make music as well. Exclamation point Spotify. The link's in my Linktr comment section. But what if Playboy Cardi walked up to you and said, slime. Yo, I heard your music before. Because you know that nigga's a vampire. Slime. Yo, I want to make a song with you. Yo, I don't use Instagram or none of that shit. I only take people numbers. Yo, take my number down. Let me take your number down to my phone. And let's say you go, I can't remember my number, but I got my phone on me. You pull out your phone. Shit dead. He said, slime. I gotta go in 5 seconds to some important place where you can't ride with me. Slime. Yo, but let me get your number. You got another way to give me your number? And you say, nah, I ain't got it, gang. I ain't got it. I just gotta hit you up on the back end. And you just gonna be sitting there sad that you didn't have a portable charger or a backup phone, because guess what happens when in that situation where you don't have a portable charger, backup phone? You just missed a chance to get a feature with one of the biggest, statistically best artists to get a feature with right now. That nigga just walks away. You're fucked. Now you're 85 telling your grandkids, I almost had the opportunity to make a song with a nigga that can't even enter my house unless I invite him. And when he do get in the house, nigga don't see his reflection in the mirror. He just see uploaded hood. My back. Ooh, it's about to rain today. I feel it in my knees. That's gonna be you. So like, My point is, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. You will always be given and handed out opportunity, but there's no saying that you will be prepared to take them. That's what Balatara was. It was handed an opportunity and was prepared to take all of them and maximize them to the best of its abilities. And I'm gonna be real. Some niggas need to build up some mental fortitude and humble their fucking self. But some of you niggas just don't deserve shit. I'm gonna be real. Some of you niggas deserve less. Some people genuinely just have bad timing, but some of you niggas also deserve less too. The relationship people have with the accounts they follow is a big part of the change. That's another thing too. Some people get online and they yap and they have 1 million followers, but none of their 1 million followers give a fuck. The classic example that I had this broken down to me with, was used to break it down to me, was from a YouTube video from the TBH, the Black Hokage, where he said there's a lot of Instagram models with fat asses that got 1 million followers on Instagram, put out a link saying buy my t-shirt, 10 t-shirt sales. But he was saying him with his 10,000, 100,000 followers could put out a link and get 1,000, 10,000 sales for that t-shirt, because all 10,000 of those people that follow him actually care about his content. Same thing with any vague general example. Just because somebody follows you and watches your content, that doesn't mean you have any actual influence on them. Because you got to remember, majority of the people that follow somebody follow you for one type of content. So if you made one NBA 2K video and somebody follows you because they want to see more NBA 2K, that's all they care about seeing, NBA 2K content. When you make a video about Madden, they go, I don't care. It's not NBA 2K. When you make a video about South of Midnight, they go, I don't care. When you make a video about making a Warhammer 40K cosplay, they go, I don't care. I want to see 2K videos. So that's just the reality of what happens when it comes to followers and stuff like that. And they are very right. They would do anything for the person with the popular account that wore pretty quick. I think to the point where now people don't click through. Yeah, that's true. It has less of an effect because, and like, I wish I could like properly formulate my thoughts to be able to have a deeper conversation about this, but people rarely look at celebrities the same anymore because like it's more reachable and attainable. Like in 2006, to try and talk to somebody like Will Smith or get Will Smith to do anything for your video page, your channel, anything like that was damn near impossible. Nowadays, Doechii made a song in her bedroom like 3 years ago. Now Will Smith doing this on her TikTok, getting 12 million views on her fucking page. That's not some shit that could have happened in 2006. You would have had to been in Hollywood meetings. You would have had to shake hands. You would have had to have a cousin or something that actually knows these niggas in Hollywood that put you in a room. Like, it was a whole lot more dates and steps that you had to go through. Now, all you gotta do is go viral. Real viral. People don't do anything with any information they're given. Wasn't I just talking about this yesterday when I was playing South of Midnight? How niggas have access to all this information and still don't inform themselves? Isn't that crazy? Niggas born in the information age have the lowest ability to access and properly process information that they've digested and been able to get their hands on. Kind of crazy. We don't have to get up and go to libraries anymore because we have fucking thousands of years. Where is it? We have thousands of years of knowledge in our fucking phones that we carry in our pocket every day. Niggas still don't know how to use Google properly. Everything has changed. Everything is harder work. I don't know about everything is harder work. Certain things seem harder than they are. There was a period where developers could at least rely on Steam wishlist, but that's all in the past too. The wishlist thing was your basic measure of how good a game was going to do 5 years ago. More people casualize it. Yeah, this article's long as fuck, and I'm not gonna read it in its entirety. But if y'all want to read it, there you go. There you go. That's the full link. Oh yeah, you could ignore that in part. But everything else, yeah, there you go. There's a link. Show you the title of the article. Boom. Screenshot, whatever. I'm not reading this full article, but you pretty much get the point. And I talked about this more in depth earlier, but to not repeat myself too much, basically, Fatal Fury was a game that had very few flaws, wasn't flawless, had very few flaws, but it still fucking bombed because it was marketed to the right audience. And the audience that they marketed to did buy this game, the competitive fighting game community. But as I've been saying since early Smash Ultimate, when I seen Smashers say, why do they keep not even Ultimate, since Wii U, but I recorded it during Ultimate, where Smash Nerds were saying, why don't they cater to us? Because you're not the demographic that makes them money. Now, am I saying that they're like the GTA 5 community and that they don't buy no games? No. I'm saying they're the only one that brought this game, and they're way smaller than they realize. But because they live in echo chambers and hear themselves and people like themselves so often, they think that their community is bigger than it really is. So when shit like this happens and only the hardcore competitive fighting game community buy a game and the game fucking flops, everybody shrugs their shoulders, looks left and right and go, but it was a good game. Yes, it was a good game, but who brought it? Who brought it? The average nigga who plays video games does not know what the fuck Fatal Fury is. But don't tell a Fatal Fury fan that, because then they'll have a seizure, froth out the mouth, and say Fatal Fury is one of the highest selling fighting game franchises of all time. Yes. But it's not Street Fighter. It's not Mortal Kombat. It's not Smash Bros. It's not none of that shit. It's not Tekken. It's not up there. They're rung below, yes, but they're not up there. For the FGC, this game goes hard. But outside of that FGC, nobody wants to play this shit. I'm just being real. Is it a bad game? Again, I'm going to repeat it 100 times. No, this is a bad game. This game is beautiful. The fighting game system in it is fun and fluid. But who played it? I'm going to be real, not even me. Because this game looked interesting, but it don't look interesting for me to buy, enough for me to buy it day one. I'll buy the shit when it goes on sale. Because like the example I used earlier is, look at this screenshot. How this screenshot looks, that's how the whole game looks, whether characters are doing freeze frames or they're moving. So this game is genuinely beautiful. It's genuinely great. No fucking body wants to play it. I was going to talk more in depth about this because I talked about some FGC. But basically, niggas is scared that Mortal Kombat 1 is done. I don't give a fuck. 9 niggas signed up at EVO. Who cares? And this one I just wanted to mention briefly in passing. I think that's the last article I have for the day too. Yeah, this one I kind of wanted to mention briefly in passing. But apparently, early next year, according to Ubisoft, they want to release a new Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. Now, will it actually come out? Will it actually happen? I don't know. Because I haven't seen an announcement trailer, any rumors of its existence, nothing. But keep an eye out. Look left, look right, look up, look down, look diagonally up, look diagonally up and to the right, look diagonally up and to the left, look diagonally down and to the right, look diagonally down and to the left. And keep your eyes peeled for any news about this game, if it does come out. I don't think it's going to come out in quarter one, probably quarter 2 or 3, like in the middle of the year. But it'll probably will come out quarter 1, and it'll have like half a commercial, because Ubisoft don't give a fuck about promoting their games. They expect their games to promote themselves. Anyway, yeah, that being said, there is no reloaded tab because I am going to 34th Street to see the Knicks get their shit collapsed in by the Celtics. Because I'm not going to lie, I'm a Knicks fan, but I like chaos. I want them to scratch this series out. I want Knicks to win Game 7. Either way, that being said, today has been a wonderful stream. For those of you in the live, don't forget to follow my YouTube and all that shit. Exclamation point links or exclamation point Linktree. Well, I put my Linktree up there earlier. Go through those. Follow my YouTube and my TikTok. That being said, peace. Hope I see you on another day. Fuck niggas.